It's always awesome to see a huge package at the door that you've been expecting. Let's go check this out. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Rockhounding Life here, Jason and Nolan. And it's Christmas in July. TechDiamond has sent us a 10-inch slab saw / trim saw. They sent this to us as an upgrade to our tile saw, which is our 7-inch top cut rigid tile saw that we've been using forever. Gets the job done, but this is a proper rock cutting slab saw. So big thanks to TechDiamond for hooking us up. They are a sponsor of our channel. We have an affiliate link in our description of this video where you can go get yourself some cool products from TechDiamond. If you already have this gear, you can use the code RHLife and you can get your saw blades, your flat lap supplies, all that stuff 10% off. It's good for forever. And just, yeah, get yourself 10%. It's a great deal. The code's not good for machines or gift cards, but everything else, it's all good. We're glad to provide that for you, and if you use that link, it helps the channel out. So yeah, thanks a lot for anyone who's done that so far. Back to the saw. So this is just going to be a video where we're just going over quick. This is brand new to us, so we're gonna take it for a couple test spins. But just to give you a quick overview, it is a 10-inch slab saw. There's 4 inches of clearance between the tabletop and the blade, so it's lots of room. You can cut medium-sized rocks with this. We opted to get the vise add-on. So this is an add-on. It's like $100 extra. And it holds your rocks in place as you're cutting them. This is something that I'm interested in because, when you're manually feeding with your hands, you can shake, cuts, even uneven cuts causes saw marks and things like that. So this is something that I was interested in getting and trying out, so we got that. If you want to move the vise out of the way, it just lifts up like that. So then if you can manually feed with your hands. This is a manual feed machine, it's not automatic. Motor is a 3rd horsepower, and the motor turns the blade at around 1,725 RPM, so pretty good for cutting big rocks. The blade we have on there right now is a notched diamond blade. So there's 2 types of blades that Tech sells. They sell the notched diamond blades, and they also sell these sinter blades. These blades are for cutting glass and smaller, softer materials. You could probably cut some finer agates with this. This is for cutting the bigger, harder rocks like these cycads or bigger agates. This blade will do the job for you. So the water reservoir holds 7 quarts of water. You can use either water or oil. I'm using water right now. In the future, we may use oil if we are cutting bigger stones. But right now, we're going to try everything with water. The saw blade uses a 5/8 arbor. So you can mount any 5/8 blade on here, arbor blade. We're going to test drive this thing with some cycads. We're going to use the vise, and we're going to use just freehand cutting. And we're going to check it out. Nolan's going to cut some rocks. I'm going to cut some rocks. We're both going to take it for a test spin. We will do a detailed video later with all the components and our opinion on how the machine works, how good it is for a beginner. First impressions, it's a great machine for a beginner. It's made of plastic. The housing's all plastic, but arbor and the motor shaft, they all look pretty well built, actually. But we'll get into all that stuff in another video. Right now, we're just going to take it for a spin, see how it works. We're going to cut some side cads in the process and show you what they look like inside. So, Nolan, you got anything you want to add?
Thank you, High Tech, for sending us this slab saw. And this should be fun.
Let's do it. What do you think of that?
Whoa. Dude, it's not even that wet, and it looks so smooth.
It's pretty smooth, eh?
Yeah.
That does way better than the tile saw.
The egg gets like popping out.
Yeah. So that cut a very nice clean cut. Took about 3 to 4 minutes. I was going slow because it was the first time. I didn't really want to push it, but I pushed it pretty good at the end, and it tore through the. These are generally very hard. They're really hard to cut, but that saw did really good on it. So that's a nice little cycad agate in there. It's got a little bit of depth to it. So we're really happy with that first cut, so we're going to cut a couple more here. All right, Nolan's going to try his hand at this. So that one was pretty hard. Took Nolan a while there to cut through that one, but interesting colors going on that one. The agate's more quartzy. You can see a little bit of banding around there, but pretty good. How's that, Nolan?
It's good. I mean, it was pretty hard, but looks pretty good.
Yeah. So we'll try a different one now. So that side cat ended up being very nice. Here's what the rough side looked like. Big quartz pocket, some agate banding. This is the showpiece side. See the big quartz pocket, and you see some banding on the outside. Very smooth cut. Gotta be very easy to polish that one. Very happy with the cuts that the 10-inch slab saw is making so far. So here we have a side CAD that doesn't have any open ends, but it's like a nodule almost. So we're gonna cut this one. Take a look at what's inside of it, if anything. Might just be a ball of limestone. But I do see a little bit of jasper coming through there, so there's gotta be something in there. So we're gonna cut that one. Might be nothing, but I just have to know. Curiosity is killing me. One thing I noticed, the vise. So I wanted to put this in this way and cut a section here, but the vise has a width limitation. So that's about 3 inches, maybe a little more, 3.5. And it just isn't, it's a little too short. So I think one of the things you can do, I could probably go to my local hardware store and get longer screws, because it's just a limitation on how long this screw is. So if I get a longer screw, I can widen that vise width. So I'm probably going to do that. But for now, we'll probably just cut this manually with my hands. This will be the first one we cut with the hands. So that turned out pretty cool. Some nice pink and red jasper inside. A little bit of agatization in there. There's small little agates all throughout it. So it's just a big old jasper nodule of a I don't know if it's a cycad. It didn't have it. Usually they have open ends. It's a little bit of yellow. Pretty neat. Very neat stuff. Let's pick another one out. Okay, so we're going to clean this one up now. This is one I cut on the coarse saw at work, and I chewed it up pretty badly. Look at some fractures there. So I'm going to try to get I'm going to recut this and try to get a smoother surface. So here's how that one turned out. Nice and smooth, much better cut. Some nice agate showing through there. I'll have a much easier time polishing that now. That was a nice cut. This one looks like a fun one to do. Lots of agates in there. Might be some opal features in there as well. And we'll do both sides. I'm going to do this one without the vise, as it's not going to fit in there. So I'll just feed it through by hand. So I really loved how this turned out. So this is the long side. Some really nice agate details there. And last but not least, I think we'll do this one. This one's a little unique because it's this little bubble right here, but we're going to leave that. I think we're just going to slab this face here, and then we'll slab that face there. We'll do both sides. See what it looks like. Okay, so here's how this one turned out. Some decent reds there. Interesting part about this one is this little detail here and here. And here's the other side, a little more red on this side. So we're done making those cuts. We made 6 cuts altogether, and they turned out all awesome. The machine itself, very impressed. For a beginner machine, just first impressions, it's a great little machine. You cut some really decent sized rocks. This was the biggest one we cut today, and I'd say you could probably go a bit bigger than that. There's a little bit more clearance on the blade, and it cut through that no problem. So yeah, I'd say if you had a 4-inch round rock, you're probably going to be able to cut it on this machine. And that's without turning it. You could cut probably a bigger rock by turning it, like turning it on the blade to get it around. But if you just want a straight cut slab, nice and smooth, that was no problem. All these rocks turned out extremely smooth. I'm extremely happy with that. Normally when we would cut these on our rigid tile saw, we would have a lot of saw blade marks. So this is definitely an improvement, and it's going to make it a lot easier to polish on the flat lap. So very excited about this machine to use it in the future, and we're going to be cutting a lot more rocks on it, and we'll feature it in more videos. We'll actually do a more in-depth review of the machine once we use it more. We're going to be using it more here in the next few months, and then we'll do a proper review of the machine. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, watching the video. As always, like, comment, subscribe. If you hit that like button, it really helps with the algorithm, so really appreciate that. Helps the channel out. I want to thank TechDiamond for hooking us up with this slab saw. Very, very awesome. I mean, it's a huge upgrade for us, and we're really appreciative. Again, as you know, we are an affiliate with TechDiamond, so you can get the link in the description if you want to go over to the website and get 10% off. That's good for everything but machines and gift cards, so yeah. Head on over. Save yourself some money. So without further ado, that's the end of the video, and I will do a little bit of a recap here, slideshow of close-ups of the cuts, just so you guys can see them again, and then that'll do it. So as always, everybody have a great week, and we'll catch you in the next one.